What if the most powerful tool for creating wealth and success isn't something you need to acquire, but something you already possess? What if the secret weapon used by the world's most accomplished people is sitting between your ears right now, waiting to be activated? It's not a secret gene, a stroke of luck, or a privileged background. It's the one thing we all have in common: the great equalizer. But 99% of people never learn how to use it to its full potential. Today, we're going to change that. We're going to pull back the curtain on this incredible tool and reveal the foundational truth that separates the life you have from the life you could be living. Get ready, because what you're about to hear might just be the most liberating realization of your life. When you look at the ultra-successful, be honest, what's the story you tell yourself? Do you find yourself thinking, well, of course, they succeeded. They must have a more powerful brain, a mind that just works on a different level. It's easy to picture their mind as a supercomputer, processing opportunities at light speed, while the rest of us are working with a simple calculator. But what if that entire narrative is a myth you've been sold? The stunning, almost shocking truth is this: their brain is just like yours. They have the same fundamental hardware, the same raw, untapped potential. They possess the exact same tool that you were given at birth. The difference was never the tool. The difference is how they learn to use the tool. Let's use an analogy. Imagine that at birth, every single person is given a plot of land and a shovel. The land is your life, and the shovel, that's your mind. Same land, same shovel for everyone. Now, one person takes their shovel and starts digging, but they do it haphazardly. They get tired easily. They hit a rock and immediately decide the whole plot is useless. They look over at their neighbor's flourishing garden and feel a pang of jealousy, telling themselves, my soil must be bad, or my shovel is defective. Their land remains barren, a field of unrealized potential. Does that sound familiar? Then you have another person. They get the exact same shovel, but they use it with intention. They learn the best techniques for digging. They understand that when you hit a rock, you don't quit. You dig around it. They study the soil, they plant seeds, and they tend to them day after day, believing in the power of their shovel and the potential of those seeds. Over time, their plot of land transforms into a magnificent, thriving garden, overflowing with abundance. The shovel was never the variable. The user of the shovel was. This is the concept that can set you free. Think of your mind as this great equalizer. You are not starting this game miles behind everyone else. When it comes to your innate mental capacity, you are standing on the exact same starting line. The moment you stop believing that others are inherently superior, smarter, luckier, or more gifted, is the moment you take your power back. You are not fundamentally lacking. You are not destined for less. You are not broken. You are simply an untrained user of the most powerful instrument in the universe. If someone else achieved incredible success, it's not because their brain has a special reactor inside it. It's because they learned to manage their mind in a way that produces results. They learned to think in patterns that generate opportunity. They conditioned themselves to see possibilities where others see only problems. And here's the crucial point. What can be learned by one human mind can be learned by another. If they could learn it, so can you. That potential is already within you. It is your birthright. This single idea is the foundation for everything. Every story of incredible success is not a testament to that person's unique superiority. It is a testament to the untapped potential that exists within every person, and that includes you. So, let this be our ground zero, our fundamental truth. The tool is in your hands. It always has been. The difference in results comes from the difference in use. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. I have the shovel. But how do I start using it differently? If it's this simple, why isn't everyone wealthy? The answer begins not with action, but with something far more fundamental: logic. Before you can build your garden, you have to convince the gatekeeper of your mind that the life you desire is not a fantasy, but a real, achievable outcome. The tool is in your hands, ready to be used. But how do you learn to wield it like a master? How do you tear down the invisible walls that have been holding you back? The answer begins with building a new kind of logic within you. A logic of possibility. Today, we're becoming architects of belief. We're learning how to find the undeniable proof that makes success inevitable, and how to finally see the invisible walls of the prison that have been holding you back your entire life. Your mind is a logic machine. It will not seriously or consistently pursue a goal that it deems illogical or impossible. For most of us, deep down, a life of true freedom and wealth feels illogical. We've been conditioned to see it as a statistical anomaly, something that happens to other people, not us. So, how do you make a goal logical? You give your mind proof. Your new mission is to become a detective of possibility. Your job is to find undeniable, irrefutable evidence that someone, somewhere, has already done what you want to do. This is the key that unlocks everything. If someone has reached a destination you desire, it proves the path exists, because you and that person started with the same basic human mind, the same shovel. Their success becomes your beacon. It's your map. It's the hard evidence you present to the skeptical jury in your mind, proving that your goal is not a fantasy, but a real, achievable outcome. This is why your interpretation of other success is the most critical switch you can flip. When you see a highly successful person, what is your automatic reaction? Is it to find a reason why their success doesn't apply to you? Oh, they got lucky, or they had connections I'll never have. Every single time you do this, you are programming your own mind for failure. You are telling your subconscious, this is not possible for me. You are reinforcing the walls of your own prison. But what if you consciously chose a different interpretation? What if you trained yourself to look at that same successful person and think, there it is. That's the proof. They did it. They started with a mind just like mine, and they built that. They figured out a way. If they could do it, it means a path exists. And if a path exists, I can find it too. This simple shift changes everything. Imagine a young entrepreneur who wants to build a global tech company. They could look at today's billionaires and feel defeated, thinking, I'll never have the resources. Or they could become a detective of possibility. They could investigate their origins. They might discover that one of their heroes started the company in a dusty garage. Another one was an immigrant who arrived with no money and no connections. Suddenly, these icons are not distant gods. They become proof. Their stories become the evidence that shatters the limiting belief that you need money to make money. The impossible now starts to feel logical. This is the true purpose of role models. They are not there to make you feel inferior. They are there to smash your limiting beliefs. They are the logical proof your mind needs to start building a new reality for you. When your mind accepts this proof, something magical happens. Courage bubbles up inside you. You start to act on ideas you previously would have dismissed as pipe dreams. But this brings us to that crucial question. If finding proof is so powerful, why doesn't everyone just do it and become successful? It's because we are all living within the walls of a mental prison. A prison built brick by brick since the day we were born. The bricks are our limiting beliefs, the common sense that keeps us small. And even when we see the proof of a beautiful world on the other side of the wall itself can feel too high, too thick, and too real to overcome. You now have the blueprint for a new belief system. A system built on the undeniable proof that what you want is possible. But standing between you and that new reality is that prison. We discovered the universal tool we all share, our mind. We learned how to become a detective of possibility, finding the proof that makes our dreams logical. But we also came face to face with the invisible walls of our mental prison, the lifetime of limiting beliefs that keep us trapped. Now, we're not just looking at the walls, we're taking them down. This is where belief finally turns into action. This is your practical, step-by-step guide to dismantling your old programming and building a new life from the ground up. Get ready to do the work. Let's name the bricks of this prison. They are the subtle, whispered messages you've heard your entire life about money, success, and what's possible for someone like you. Money is the root of all evil. You have to work brutally hard just to survive. Don't get your hopes up. Rich people are greedy? Just be careful. Play it safe. For decades, these ideas have been hammered into our subconscious minds. They've become our default operating system. So when you hear about creating a life of abundance and joy, your internal system flags it as a virus. The inner critic screams, "How could that be possible? Look around you. Don't be foolish. Get back in line. The greatest work you'll ever do is not out there in the world. It's right here, in your mind. It's the work of systematically dismantling this prison, brick by brick." How? You fight programming with reprogramming. You do it through conscious, deliberate, and relentless repetition. This is where you become a warrior for your own mind. You must consciously engage in a new internal dialogue. This isn't just positive thinking. This is strategic mental warfare against a lifetime of negative conditioning. For every single time that old thought, "This is too hard," bubbles up, you must immediately counter it with your proof. It has been done, so a path exists. Every time the thought, "I'm not smart enough," appears, you counter it with your core truth. I have the same fundamental tool as the most successful people on earth. You have to create your new mantras and repeat them with emotion, with conviction. It is possible for me. The path is revealing itself. I am worthy of abundance. This isn't about one or two affirmations. This is about creating a constant internal environment that starves doubt and feeds belief. For every time you've heard it's not possible, you must tell yourself 100 times, "It is absolutely possible, and I am in the process of figuring it out." Think of your limiting beliefs as a giant block of ice. One empowering thought won't melt it, but a constant, steady stream of powerful, truth-based beliefs, repeated day after day, that'll begin to melt the ice. As the ice melts, the resistance in your mind weakens. And as the resistance weakens, those inspired ideas we talked about finally have room to breathe. This brings us to the most common trap. People look at their role models and try to copy their end result. They say, "Okay, that entrepreneur has a massive company, so I need to go get a massive investment." They are looking at the fruit, not the root. That person didn't start there. They started from zero. They started with a belief and took the first small, possible step available to them. The empire is the result of a long journey of belief and action, not the starting point. Your journey must also start from where you are now. So here is your practical 3-step action plan to begin today. Step 1. Become the detective. This is your homework. Actively find your proof. Find 3 role models who started in a position similar to, or even worse than yours, and achieved what you want. Study their beginnings. Your mission is to prove to your mind that success is not about starting conditions. It's about belief and action. Step 2. Begin the reprogramming war. Starting today, you will consciously fight back against your inner critic. Write down your 3 most powerful new beliefs based on your proof. For example, if role model's name could do it, a path exists for me. Put them on your phone, on your mirror. Every time a doubt arises, you pull out your new belief and repeat it until the doubt subsides. Step 3. Act on the nudges. As you do this work, your mind will start to give you small, inspired ideas. A nudge to make a call, to research a topic, to start a tiny project. You must act on these nudges. These small actions are the physical proof that your belief is changing. They are how the positive feedback loop ignites. This isn't about one grand action. It's a permanent shift in how you operate. It's about the unshakable realization that you don't need a different brain or a different life. You just need to wield the tool you were already given. The life you want isn't waiting for the world to give you permission. It's waiting for you to believe.